Yes. Hello, students. Welcome to another class of engineering mechanics. So, in today's class, we'll try to calculate the centroid of the shaded area. So, the question is, we have to calculate the centroid of the shaded area. That means the shaded area is this one. This is the shaded area, and we have to omit this circle and this one circle, and we have to omit this circle. These two circles, the semicircle and circle, both the things we have to eliminate. So how to do that? So we can do that with the help of our calculations. That is, we'll take down this rectangle, this rectangle, which is 825 by 450 as number 1, and this triangle as 2, and next this circle as 3, and this semicircle as 4. Okay, so these are the four regular figures. We are dividing a composite figure into four regular figures. Okay, so what we have to do here is the solution. Our formula for x bar will be a1 x1 plus a2 x2 minus a3 x3 minus a4 x4 whole divided by a1 plus a2 minus a3 minus a4. And similarly, y bar will be equal to a1 y1 plus a2 y2 minus a3 y3 minus a4 y4 whole divided by a1 plus a2 minus a3 minus a4. This is how we have to calculate the centroid of the entire composite figure. Okay, so first we will calculate a1. What is the value of a1? What is the area of the first figure? This figure, this is a rectangle, right? This is a rectangle of size 450 by 825. So simply 825 into 450. 825 into 450 will be how much? 371250. 371250 mm square. Okay, this is the area of first figure. Now we'll move to another figure, that is a2. The area of this triangle, that is half base into height. Base is how much? 150 into height is 300, which is equal to how much? 22500 mm square. Okay, all these dimensions are given in mm. Okay, all these dimensions are given in mm. Okay, similarly a3. What is the value of a3? Area is the third element is circle. So area of circle is pi r square. So pi into, what is the radius given to us? 150. Okay, pi r square, that is 150 whole square, which is equal to 7068.5 mm square. Okay, then we have a4. What is the area of a quarter circle? That is nothing but pi r square by 4. So pi r square by 4, which is equal to pi into 150 whole square divided by 4, which is equal to 17671.45 mm square. So this is the area of all the figures. Now next is we will calculate the value of x1. So how to calculate x1? See here, we can calculate the value of x1 as 825 into 450. 825 x1 value is 825 divided by 2. 825 divided by 2, which is equal to 412.5 mm. Okay, similarly, what about x2? What is the value of x2 now? See here, my centroid is here. It is the centroid of this figure is here. So this distance we know that is b by 3, but we want distance from here to here. This distance we want. So b by 3 plus 825, which is equal to, what is b? 150 whole divided by 3 plus 825, which is equal to how much? 875 mm. 875 mm. Okay, what about x3 now? x3 is this circle, this center, okay, from here to here. I want distance from here to here, okay. So how to calculate that? It is simply, it is exactly at the center, okay. This center and the center of this one, this rectangle lies at the same point. So that means 825 divided by 2 will give you 825 divided by 2 will give you 225 mm. Similarly, x4. What is the value of x4 now? See here, I want the distance from this center. Suppose this is center. This distance we know, which is 4r by 3 pi. We know this distance, but I want distance from here to here. Okay. So what I will do here? Total value from here to here. What is the total value we have? It is 825. So 825 minus 4r by 3 pi. This distance, I am removing this distance. This distance is also 4r by 3 pi. You can see the formulas which are given to you in your group. Okay, 4r by 3 pi, which is equal to x, which implies x4 is equal to 761.33 mm. 761.33 mm. Okay. This is the value. These are the values for x1, x2, x3 and x4. Now we'll go for y1. How to calculate y1? See here, the height is 450. So what will be this distance? 450 by 2 will be 450 whole divided by 2, which is equal to 225 mm. Okay. Similarly, what about y2? Y2 is, see this distance. I want this distance. So this is h by 3. We know this one. So h by 3. What is the value of height of, what is the height of the triangle? 300 by 3, which is equal to 100 mm. What about y3 now? Y3 is exactly at the center here. So what will be this distance? Exactly from top to bottom, it is 225 only. That is 450 by 2, which is equal to 225 mm. Then y4, which is equal to what? How to calculate y4? See here, again the same thing I will do. I know the distance from here to here, the line which I am marking, black line, 450. This line is 450 mm. So what we are doing here, we will remove this one. I want distance from here to here, no, I want distance from this location to this location. So total distance is 450 minus 4r by 3 pi, which is equal to how much now? 386.33 mm. So finally, we'll substitute our formulas in our x bar formula. You will get the value of 37. First is a1 x1. So 1250 into 412.5 plus 2255, so 22500 is a2 into 875 plus, sorry, a1 x1 is over, now minus 70685.83 into a3 is 225, then minus we have 17671.45 into 761.33 whole divided by a1 371250 plus 22500 minus 70685.83 minus 1767.45. So x bar, once you solve this one, this is my a1 x1, a2 x2, a3 x3, a4 x4. Okay, this is a1, a2, a3 and a4. So once you solve this one, you will get some value here. Okay, calculate that value and you can write over there. All right, next is y bar. How to calculate y bar? Y bar is a1 y1, that is 371250 into, what is the value of y1? We have 225. plus A2. What is A2? 22500. 22500. What is the value of Y1 we got? Y2 we got. See here. Y2 is 100 into 100 minus 70685.83 into what is the value of Y3 we got? 225, right? 225 minus 17671.45 into what is the value of Y4 we got? 386.33. 386.33 whole divided by 371250 into plus 22500 minus 70685.83 minus 17671.45. So once you solve this one, you will get the answer. So this is A1 Y1, A2 Y2, A3 Y3, A4 Y4. This is A1, A2, A3 and A4. You will get the value of Y bar. Okay, that is you will get 206.45 mm, and here you will get some value somewhere around 440 somewhere. Okay, you can calculate the value with the help of your calculators. Okay, I'll not write here. Fine, this is how we calculate our centroid of the shaded area. This is the shaded area and we have to calculate the area for that. Alright? Right. So this is the next problem wherein we have to calculate the centroid of the shaded area. Shaded area is nothing but we have the blue area. Okay, the blue area we have to calculate the centroid of this area now. Okay, so how to calculate that? See here, it is nothing but a quarter circle in a quarter circle and semicircle. Okay, so this is the bigger one. So the quarter circle I'll name it as 1. Okay, so we'll start with black one. So I'll name this as number 1 and 1 minus 2. This is entirely a quarter circle. Inside the quarter circle we have a small semicircle. Okay, so my equation for centroid, that is x bar, will go like this: a1 x1 minus a2 x2 whole divided by a1 minus a2, isn't it? What about y bar now? Y bar is equal to a1 y1 minus a2 y2 whole divided by a1 minus a2. Okay, so this is how we have to do our calculation. So the very first thing is we will calculate a1 and a2. A1, what is the area of quarter circle? Pi r square by 4. What is the area of what is the radius of quarter circle? Pi r square by 4, which is equal to pi into 100 square whole divided by 4, which is equal to 7853.981 mm square. Okay, a2 is equal to pi r square by 2. It is a semicircle. Okay, this is second one is semicircle, pi r square by 2. What is the radius of that one? Pi into 50 square whole divided by 2. That means our a2 will be 3926.99 mm square. This is a1 and a2. What about x1 and x2? x1 is equal to 4r by 3 pi. If you see the formula table, we have the quarter circle, the centroid of the quarter circle will be 4r by 3 pi, and also this distance will be 4r by 3 pi. You can refer the table formula for the centroid. So 4 into 100 whole divided by 3 pi is equal to 42.44 mm. Then what about x2? x2 will be, this is the centroid, so this distance will be how much? Again x2 r by 2. Okay, this is will be r by 2. So r by 2 is how much? 50 by 2, which is equal to 25 mm. So we got x2, x1 and x2. We'll go for y1. y1 is equal to again 4r by 3 pi, which is equal to 4 into 100 whole divided by 3 pi, okay, which is equal to 42.44, same value as of x1, 42.44 mm. Next is y2. Y2 is equal to, what is this distance? What will be this distance? Yes, total is 100. So 100 by 2 is 100 by 2, which is equal to 50 mm. So we got the values of x1, a1, x1, a2, x2 and a3, a1, a2, x1, x2, y1, y2. So we'll start our formula, that is x bar is equal to a1. What is a1? 7853.981. 7853.981 is a1 into 42.44 plus a2 x2, sorry, minus, we have to remove that, right? So minus 3926.99 into x2 is 25, okay, 25 whole divided by 7853.981 minus 3926, okay. So x bar will be equal to 59.879 mm. Similarly, we'll calculate y bar. So y bar is equal to a1 y1, that is 7853.981 into y1 is 42.44 minus 3926 into 50 whole divided by 7853.981 minus 3926.99 we have here, okay, make a correction, 99, here also 99. So once you solve this one, you'll get the value of y bar as 34.88 mm. So these are the values of all the centroids, okay. So next topic is Pappus theorem. Next topic is Pappus theorem. It is very simple theorem. Pappus theorem states that whenever we have a body like this, we have a body which is resting on x-axis. Suppose for example we have a body which is resting on x-axis, okay, like this. So and this is r, radius or whatever it may be, and this is height, this is the height of this one. So what happens when we rotate this one about x and y axis, when we rotate it about x axis, so it will form a volume, it will form like a volume. So suppose for example volume will be given by 2 pi a x bar when rotated about x axis, when rotated about y axis, 2 pi ax bar when rotated about y axis. Similarly, when you rotate about x axis, then volume will be 2 pi ay bar. So when rotated about x axis. So these are the two formulas in our Pappus theorem. So we know how to calculate the value of ay bar and ax bar. So with the help of the area and centroid, we can get the value of volumes, okay. So this is completely related to three-dimensional bodies. This is related to completely three-dimensional bodies. First is we have to calculate area. Then after calculation of area and centroid, if you multiply with 2 pi, then you will get the volume of that entire figure. Alright. Right. So we'll take down some simple derivations, okay. So the very first thing we'll take here is we'll take down this one only. Suppose for example this distance is r by 2 and this distance is h by 2. The total height is h and this total horizontal distance is r. So r by 2 and h by 2. So what is the value of area here? Area is equal to base into height, right? R into h, which is equal to RH. Then what about x bar here? X bar is equal to R by 2. Y bar is equal to h by 2. We got the values of a x bar and y bar. So when you rotate about, v is equal to, we have the formula 2 pi a x bar. 2 pi a x bar when rotated about y axis. Okay, so we have volume. If you want to calculate volume, v is equal to 2 pi area. What is the area? R into h is the area. What is the centroid? X bar. X bar we got it as R by 2. So multiply this one, 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So finally v is equal to pi r square h. So volume of a cylinder, it will form a cylinder, right? So the volume of cylinder is pi r square h. So we have derived that formula with the help of Pappus theorem. Okay, similarly we have v is equal to 2 pi a y bar when rotated about x axis. Okay, so to know that, first is we have to calculate y bar. So what is the value of y bar? We have y bar also. So v is equal to 2 pi. What is the area? Area is r into h. Y bar is how much? H by 2. Okay, so this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So again, so we get v is equal to pi r square h. Both the values will be same. Okay, able to follow this one? Yes. So now we will take another figure. Suppose, for example, in the previous problem we have taken a rectangle. Now we will take a triangle. Okay, suppose, for example, our triangle is resting like this on x-axis, and y-axis like this. This is our triangle, and this distance is r, this distance is r, and this height is, let us say, h. Okay, so what will be the centroid of this triangle? Centroid of the triangle will lie somewhere here. So what will be this distance? This distance will be, since it is r, so it will be r by 3, and it is h, so it will be h by 3. Okay, so v is equal to 2 pi a x bar when rotated about y axis. We know this one, right? So what is the area of the triangle? Half base into height, r into h, which is equal to half r h is area. Okay, so we'll take down in black color. So this is the solution, right? So we'll take it in black color. Okay, so the red one is given in the question, whereas we are writing in with red color, black color. Area is half r into h. Okay, what is the centroid now? X bar is equal to r by 3 and y bar is equal to h by 3. We know these values now. We got the value of a, x bar and y bar. Okay, so now what we will do here? Volume is equal to 2 pi a x bar. So 2 pi you have to write as it is. What is the area? Half r h into x bar is how much? R by 3. Okay, so this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So what happens here? Pi r square h by 3 is the volume when rotated about y axis. Similarly, v is equal to 2 pi a y bar when rotated about x axis. Okay, so 2 pi area is how much? 1 by 2 RH into y bar. What is the value of y bar? H by 3 we have. So this this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So pi r h square by 3 is the volume. Okay, pi r h square is the volume of the rotated figure. Okay, it is nothing but if you rotate a fan with your hand, okay, a hand fan, when you rotate it, what happens? It will form like a volume shape. Okay, that is what is nothing but our Pappus theorem. Pappus theorem is nothing but when we rotate it, it will form a rectangular or a volume shape. Okay, it will take the volume of any material. Okay, if you rotate a plane about a y-axis, what happens? If you rotate a rectangular body with respect to y-axis, what happens? If you see from top, if you see from the top, you can see that it is forming a cylinder. Okay, it will form a circular shape. Okay, that is what is nothing but Pappus theorem. Okay, right. So in the next class we will start our moment of inertia.